Michael Oliver.
All right. We're coming, Butch. Welcome back to Hunts Field in Austin, Texas, where we are coming to you live, getting ready for the Division II Men's Red River Rugby Championship between Hurt, that's Houston United Rugby Team, and Little Rock Stormers. And Kit, you watched the Little Rock Stormers yesterday with their defeat of the Blacks, the Austin Blacks D1B team. What do you think of the Little Rock Stormers today? What do you think they're going to do?
It was a very impressive side. They played very well. A lot of people weren't expecting. Keep an eye on number 14, the left wing, Corey Jones. Has speed for days, big body, 6'4", 220, runs very well if he has space. An impressive side, and all the more so because they came on. They played better as the match progressed. They really played well in that 60 to 80-minute span. A team that gets better. A little bit of rain falling. We'll see how that affects. The wind has died down momentarily. But this is going to be an entertaining match, to say the least. These two teams knocked out in the semifinals last year, in the final this year. They want that championship. They want to take that cup home.
Not just knocked out in the semifinals last year, but knocked out by the same teams in the semifinals that they had to face in the semifinals this year. They both were absolved of those defeats. Now they face each other. They only have themselves to blame. You know, the one thing I do see that's not in Hurt's favor is I see big Dennis Walker, their captain from yesterday. He's in a red penny today, which means he's injured, going to be coming on as support, and that's not something that Hurt needs today. They need Dennis Walker. He's been the heart and soul of this team, and this was his twilight year. He's retiring, hanging up the boots after almost 20 years of hard 15s rugby at Sam Houston State University as a Classic Eagle and all over the Houston and Dallas area as a rugby player.
Butch Neuenschwander, our referee for today's contest. It'll be Hurt going from left to right in the first 40 minutes. The Stormers of Little Rock in the gray and red going from right to left. They will receive the opening kickoff. Wind in the face of the side from Little Rock. Very important for both teams to get off to a good start. They want to establish dominance, get momentum. I mentioned Corey Jones. Keep an eye on the number 8 as well. Will Noble, 39 years young, had 2 tries yesterday for the Stormers in their semifinal victory. Underway, 2016 Red River Rugby Championship Men's Division II Final, live from Hunts Field in Austin, Texas. Kit McConico, Grant Cole with you here on the Texas Rugby Union YouTube channel. Powered as always by T5RDG. Second of 3 matches on tap. Women's Division I to follow. That'll be our final game of the weekend. What a weekend it has been. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there joining us. I know the Euless Texan mothers are very happy as they brought home their first cup. Men's Division III champions taking down the Austin Blacks D3 side, a final of 40-5 in that one. First line out, going to the Stormers on the far side. Right at midfield, Stormers take it nicely into the hands of Noble.
Win Noble is a serious specimen of man at 6'4", 230. He's one of the most athletic players in the Red River Division II as a straight Division II player.
As I mentioned, 39 years young, but he's in better shape than a lot of 19-year-olds, men 20 years his junior.
Exactly.
Only thing that gives away his age, a bit of salt and pepper up top, but a phenomenal player, knows the game very well, longtime veteran as the Stormers kick into touch.
Talking to some of the Stormers after their match yesterday, they constantly talk about how the match on the field, the battle on the field is a mental one that they've got to stay positive at, acknowledge each other for what they're getting done, and not let the other team get in their heads. And if Little Rock does let the other team let Hurt get into their heads, then it may be a tough day for them.
Houston versus Little Rock, Men's Division II final. Another line out, another win by Noble quickly. Stormers trying to get it here. Ball on the turf, picked up, fortuitous bounce. Bouncing through. Ball squirts out into touch. And Hurt with a line out.
And Ben Bowie didn't have a real good day yesterday throwing in on the lineout, so it's going to be real interesting to see if he's made any adjustments today to make sure that even with this win, he's getting it in straight and on target.
A bit of a size advantage, both height and weight for the Stormers. Noble unable to get a hand to it. Ball with Hurt.
Keegan Mukabana.
Mukabana's first touch of the game. The big man powering forward. Hurt electing to switch field, sending it all the way back. Fulmer there to receive it, and he's going to pick it up in the shadow of his own post.
Gareth Gibson did good to pick that up. Went Noble's offsides and being told by Butch Neuenschwander to get back.
And Noble wisely electing not to make a play, well in the offside position. Over the top, Jones unable to get a hand to it, was the left wing. All good move into space, little kick over the top, finds itself in touch.
Jaden Dutois overcooked that a little bit too much. It's going to go straight out on the full and come back to be a line out to Little Rock directly in line where he kicked it at.
As you mentioned, Dutois not getting the kick he wanted. Tried to put that one on the money, did the South African, but just a bit too much. Now the line out for the Stormers.
Dutois is not only a native of Cape Town, but he comes from one of the toughest clubs in Cape Town, the Villagers RRC.
Oh, taken short. Something you rarely see. Kind of an old school throwback line out there.
Well, you rarely see that many times because it's a very tough play to pull off and get right, because you have to make that ball go 5 meters. If it doesn't go 5 meters, it's a scrum to the other team.
As is the case right here. Butch Neuenschwander, one of the better referees, not just in the Lone Star State, but in club rugby across the USA, in control of today's match.
Butch is a retired naval commander. Spent his last years in the Navy as a ROTC commander here at University of Texas in Austin, as well as being an inspector general in Texas for the Naval Reserves.
Just a sprinkling of rain between games, just enough to make things slick, but footing still very good. Outside.
Blocker.
Hurt.
That's Ballmer on the outside. That's nice. That's what Hurt did a lot yesterday to take it to the Reds D1B.
Looking for the first points of the match is Houston. Still no score. Inside the 5 meter line, pulled back. And try time, it is for Hurt, dotted down. Houston takes the lead early in this one, 5-0.
And I hate to tell you, but that was a fight in Texas Aggie, Aaron Dirk, that dotted that ball down.
We've said that a few times here this week, and another Aggie getting in and just proving the quality of that collegiate rugby side there in College Station. Take a look at the replay here. Very well done. Got it away from the congestion, did Hurt.
You see a little bobble on the ball here, but you've got Michael Wong, who quickly gets it out to his fly half. Trevor Wilganowski finds Dirk. Dirk's on the outside, makes the turnaround. Corey Jones finds himself into end goal.
A great start for Houston. Opportunity to extend their lead to 7 with the conversion. Difficult angle, wind at the back. Making sure everything is as it should be. And now the kick. Up, but not on target. So the lead stays at 5.
Hurt can't rest on their laurels here. Yeah, they had a good drive upfield. They pressured Little Rock inside early on, then move the ball out wide quickly. But Little Rock's not going to lay down. They're a mental team. They're going to bring themselves up, drive forward, and find the next round where they need the ball to be in their hands and possession to be with Hurt on the back foot.
And for Hurt, you have to take advantage of those opportunities. Points left. Just a 5-0 lead as the Stormers set to send it back to the Hurt side. Into the air, taken nicely.
Wade Mitchell, another Aggie, takes the ball well.
Here on the near side, Hurt looking to add to their lead, momentum on their side.
Swiss national team player Jonathan Lynette takes the ball into touch.
Special welcome to all the fans from Houston and Little Rock respectively. So glad you could spend some of your Mother's Day with us here on Texas Rugby Union YouTube channel, powered by T5RDG. Kit McConico, Grant Cole with you. This match taking its time early, both teams feeling the other out, so to speak, a bit more methodical than what we saw in our Division III men's match. That was lightning in a bottle from the opening kick.
Oh, yeah. Desmond Bordeaux there knocks it on, gives knock-on advantage to Little Rock.
Another whistle there from Mr. Neuenschwander. We will scrum it up.
Here's our first scrum of the day. Little Rock's known for being a really tough team on the front row, so Hurt changed up some things today to put a front row together. No, actually they haven't. Keegan Mukabana, who's wearing a Loosehead Props jersey, has moved to number 8, just where he was yesterday, and Wade Mitchell is going to be playing in at Loosehead Prop, it looks like.
So Mukabana, as you said, the number 8.
Lynette obviously didn't like the way the angle came in from the Little Rock tight head, so quickly knee to the ground, and he gets a reset out of that. Smart play from a national team player, a guy who's been to the Sharks Academy in Durban and been on the KwaZulu-Natal select team.
Guest, the fly half, puts it in for Little Rock. Picked up by Noble, offloads to Guest. Ball on the turf. Another quick whistle and the quick restart by Little Rock. Here's Noble, around 1, now a second. Bowling forward is Wynn to the 22-meter line. Moving quickly. Little Rock trailing 5-0, looking to equalize are the Stormers. Oh, good move on the far side. Offloaded into the hands of Jones, the speedster. Jones on his feet inside the 22-meter. Great start here, the big lock that time. Bud Dunn gets a touch, his first of the match. Oh, beautiful dummy pressing through. The Frenchman, Pierre Ranoul.
Tyler Journey, he should have been making a big hit right there. And
Fulmer inside the 5-meter line. Back into the hands of Ernest. Her defense standing strong for the time being. Oh, beautiful tackle on the far side. Now to Jones. Jones, that stutter step, his trademark move.
But Haskell's a strong player out there with defense.
Yeah, Jones not having the success he did yesterday. Haskell doing a fantastic job bottlenecking Jones.
And Haskell was brilliant on defense, stopping John Moore with Dallas yesterday, so he's no stranger to a speedster being put in front of him.
Little Rock shy of that try line inside 5 meters. Looking to dot it down for the equalizing 5 points, trailing 5-0. Neuenschwander says play on, advantage.
Numbers outside for Little Rock.
Cut through, in goes Darren Oliver, the outside center, and we are knotted at 5 apiece.
Former Arkansas State rugby player, collegiate All-America, collegiate USA South team, men's USA South team. He's had a little bit of experience in upper-level rugby. He knows when to spot the half gap like that. and jet through it.
Yeah, great work there from the Detroit native. Able to cut through was Darren Oliver. And we are knotted at 5. Opportunity for the Stormers to take the lead from the conversion.
We got a note from Oliver early on in this game, and he specifically wanted to wish his mother a happy Mother's Day.
Oh, you gotta love that. Such a nice young man. We take a look at the replay right now. And you see it right here. Beautiful work, just cutting through. He had Jones there. That hurt defense having to pay attention to Jones, knows how dangerous he is. Now the kick coming off the boot of Blaylock, the Pennsylvania native, former U.S. Military Academy product, and that is up and true right down the middle, splits the uprights. 7-5, Little Rock, wouldn't you know it, storming back to take the lead.
We got to guess, the Stormers are storming back, and we've got a game now, 2-point lead only. Hurt's definitely shown that they can get down in Little Rock's into the field and pressure Little Rock. Little Rock's shown they can get down in the Hurt's into the field, maintain possession through multiple phases, and then put a score in. Both teams now with a little bit of a measure of each other, and they know they've got a game on their hands.
Very entertaining early on. Both offenses showing their prowess. We'll see what defense can stand strong in Bowett's neck to get a stop. All the way back it goes, giving chase is Guest, the scrum half.
He knots it down in goal, and no, he doesn't dot it down.
It certainly appeared that he did. We'll have to
and we're going to
see what referee.
Butch Neuenschwander is going to go talk to Greg Vanell about what Greg saw, because
referee going to speak with the AR, and that's one of the things I really respect about referee Neuenschwander. He makes sure the call is correct. He's going to confer with his assistants, make sure everything is as it is. He says there are 30 bodies out there. I can't see everything. I put a lot on my assistants, but ultimately I have the final call.
So here we have Butch saying that Little Rock touched the ball before it went in goal. Then they touched it down in goal. That's going to be a 5-meter scrum to Hurt. Hurt's got to be loving their chances here. I'm going to say if Hurt can win possession here, you're going to see Keegan Mukambana take off the base of the scrum and try and power in.
I love Mukambana. In our info packet, asked his size and weight. His response: large.
Large.
Gotta love it. No height, no weight, just large. It certainly is the case for the big man.
No, they're going to pass it out and come back across field with it.
Hurt. Oh, pass well taken there.
Trevor Wilganowski.
Wilganowski got a hand to it, but that was enough.
And hands in. Nobody releasing the ball. Wilganowski, he got control of that ball, was taken in, and did not release it in the tackle.
The mistakes from both sides, neither able to capitalize, and now back with the Stormers.
Winds died down out here, and it looks like the Stormers are going to take a little break, boot the touch, get a line out, reconfigure, and try and drive downfield with that.
Into touch it goes, as you so correctly predicted. Now the line out coming. And a contrast in styles early on, you see Hurt, they want to move quickly, want to get the ball out. A bit more methodical is Little Rock. They want to take their time. They want to get everyone on the same page before they send guys forward.
Which shows that we might see them attacking more aggressively in the second half and maybe taking their time here, basically measuring themselves out, making sure that they have.
Taken short is the line out.
And that time they made sure it went 5 meters.
Now Noble. Out it goes. Stormers electing to keep it. Had the opportunity to swing it wide, keep it down that center third.
And that high-pressure defense of Hurt has found offsides to break down.
You see Hurt. They are moving quickly to the ball. High pressure indeed. Houstonians in the black. Aside from Little Rock in the red appropriately enough, would you expect from a team from the Razorback State? Oh, beautiful move from Fulmer. Fulmer, time and room, gets around a second, looking for a teammate to offload it to.
And he does need help there. He isolated himself a bit.
Fulmer brought down quickly. Here come the Stormers. Oh, good work into the path of the loose head prop, Danny Brickley. Over the top.
that's going to go, looks like if Hurt's smart, they'll let that go touch and goal and get a scrum at the kick.
And they will indeed. So overcooked was the kick by the Stormers. Good idea. You like what they're trying to do there.
Well, not exactly. You know, you're inside the other team's half of the field. Kicking ahead is only something you want to do when it's measured and put in a place where you know somebody's going to receive it. Jones wasn't up flat enough to race ahead and get that kick, and it was overcooked as it was, so it wasn't going to – this was going to be the end result one way or the other. That's an unforced error by Little Rock, and they're going to want to settle down, make sure they play to their strengths here when they get into the Hurt half of the field.
Scrum coming. It will be to Hurt. 7-5, just 2 points separate these sides early on. Hurt with the first try, unable to pick up the 2 points from the conversion. Then the Stormers came back the other way, had the try and the conversion off the boot of Blaylock.
We got a free kick to Hurt here. Boring, driving in.
Moving quickly around one, now a second opportunity. Green grass, fresh air.
Aaron Dirk stepping through space.
Little grubber kick down the far side.
Gareth Gibson trying to give Dutoit
Blaylock
Haskell some room.
Lucky he was first to it for Little Rock.
And Blaylock, he just wanted to get that thing into touch so that Haskell didn't have a chance to get his hands on it at pace.
And Blaylock, the native of Conway, Arkansas, a lot of local products. A lot of fans having made the trip down from the Razorback State. A lot of fans from Houston as well, just about a 3-hour trip to the east.
One which I've got to make tonight.
Back to Space City, we'll head Grant Cole. You and Hurt will all be headed back the same way as the
strong take by Desmond Bordeaux there.
Line out with Hurt. Good phases here. Hurt to the outside. Dropped off in.
Knocked on in goal by Balmer.
What a chance that was. Hurt fans looking for the signal, but they will not get the try signal. Instead, a knock on.
Yeah, Paul Balmer just a little bit unlucky there. He had himself in goal solid, tried to set it down, was knocked out of his hand by his tackler here.
Here's another look.
And good work by the wing from Little Rock to get that ball out of his hand and driven forward so that that Little Rock gets the scrum here at 5 meters.
Yeah, very well done by Fulmer. He was influential in their semifinal victory, was Mark Fulmer. Now the scrum. Down the line goes the aforementioned Fulmer, unable to stay between the white lines. Tried to tightrope it, but could not do so.
And our B panel AR is right there on it. You know, Greg Varnell just gets promoted from C1 to B panel, and what's the first job he gets?
AR.
AR.
Wouldn't you know it? That's just how it works. Congratulations on your B panel, and here's your AR game.
Here's your touch flag. Greg Varnell, great servant to this sport here in the state of Texas, man.
I had the opportunity to speak with him before the match. He had a good chuckle about that as well. He said, I kind of assumed something like this would happen. That's just how it works.
Keegan Mukambanga trying to clean it up at the end, knocks it on.
So scrum coming. Very even in this one, but a bit of momentum starting to go toward the Hurt side. They've had a lot of possession in the Stormers' end. Can they make something of it?
And they've really got to get it downfield with some momentum. That's one thing they've shown that they can do. They can do that, but it takes them a little bit of time to get out of their own end of the field.
Here comes Noble. Mukabanga there to greet him.
Law gross tonnage takes over on that one.
Yeah, for as good of an athlete as Noble is, I don't think he's going to be able to press his way through Mukabanga. Quick restart. Now Jones, stiff arm, stays on his feet. Finally brought down.
Very smart play by Jaden Dutois, or by the hurt Gareth Gibson there.
Cutting it back in. Opportunity here. Green grass looking for a teammate to offload it to. Finds Fulmer. Fulmer around one. Fulmer foot race around the tackle. Fulmer goes in. Try time. Little Rock, courtesy of Mr. Fulmer. Mark, the wing that time. Beautiful work at the end. A foot race, and he was not going to be denied.
Andrew Haskell had to come from all the way across the field on cover defense after Melchers couldn't make the tackle. And even though he made the tackle in goal, he still couldn't stop Fulmer from dotting down. Great try by the Little Rock winger.
Here's another look. Beautiful work right here. Do you see Fulmer in good position? Cuts back, jukes the defender off his feet, and Fulmer, nothing but green grass. It was just a question of where he was going to dot it down. The first try went to Hurt. The second two have been from the Stormers. An opportunity to add to the lead from the conversion. Blaylock steps up to address the kick.
We're 30 minutes into this match.
Very little wind. Should be a relatively easy conversion for Blaylock. Blaylock proves me prophetic. Splits the uprights. 14-5, Little Rock on top of Hurt. 2016 Red River Rugby Championship Men's Division II.
Both of Little Rock's tries have come from plays off of their back line, and they need to recognize that that's their strength right now and keep driving forward with it.
Yeah, the midfield and the back line, very impressive for Little Rock. Saw that yesterday. Not the biggest pack. They play well, but as you mentioned, the strength in those backs. Little Rock electing to send it into touch, and it will do just that. Line out coming now for Hurt, just on the other side of the midfield stripe. Great vantage point here. Hurt with the line out.
Desmond Bordeaux up again. Good take by Bordeaux.
Elected to go long, taken well.
Aaron Dirks sneaking through.
They're trying a conversion. Will cut it to a 2-point deficit for the Houston side as that is played over the top. All the way back into the hands of Guest. Now Jones.
And it was forward pass by Jones.
Not the Corey Jones we were privy to see yesterday. Hasn't had the ball a lot, and a mental mistake right there.
And Jones is a great player when he's got 2 or 3 steps on you, but one of the things that the Hurt team has done is they prevented Jones from getting that speed, being able to put a sidestep on anybody. He's had to actually face up everybody right when he gets the ball, and that's something that he hasn't learned how to master yet, and probably a takeaway he wants to go away from this game with.
Yeah, Jones only 22 years of age, just his 4th year playing rugby. The former University of Arkansas Razorback has test caps with the USA Eagles. Very bright future for him, but as you mentioned, still learning a few of the nuances of the game. Hurt now.
Justin Blocker.
Oh, beautiful work. Tried to offload it as he was headed out of bounds.
Now that looked like it was knocked into touch by Red, but
we'll see what the call is.
And that's what Greg Varnell says. Greg says our afternoon was great. It is in by Red.
And you mentioned Corey Jones, a great player, but as you said, if he has a head of steam, almost impossible to bring down. But Hurt doing a very good job not allowing him to get that head of steam, not giving him any room to build momentum.
The reason there was a little bit of indecision there is it was knocked forward by Red and then went into touch. So Hurt actually gets the option of a line out because it went into touch, or a scrum because it was knocked on. They're going to take the scrum, which is smart of them with the size they've got on their scrum.
Yeah, the Houstonians in black electing to take the scrum.
Oh, Mukabana. Don't argue.
Forward, going. Not over the try line just yet. Stormers doing the best defensive job they can, but what a run there from Big Keegan Mukabana, taking Little Rock defenders with him. As I said, he introduced himself to Win Noble earlier, did so to a few other Stormers right there.
Thomas Hyde definitely got the bad end of that one.
And it is ruled to have been a try, they're going to say, did indeed dot it down. We take another look at Mukabana's emphatic run, 1-2. It would take a third to eventually bring him down.
Melcher got the ball out quickly. Finds Ben Bowie right here. Ben Bowie steps back inside through the two defenders.
And able to dot it down was Bowie for the try. Now the conversion, a chance to draw within two for Hurt.
And the only question that Bush Neuenschwander was asking Greg Varnell there was, did you see a second movement by Bowie? No, his momentum carried him in. That was a try, and he was good to go.
The conversion. A big one here. Jones got a hand up and may well have affected that kick. That kick not online, and the deficit stays at 4. Unable to cut it to 2 is Hurt.
Well, I believe that's Justin Blocker out there playing fullback today. Doesn't look like Tyler Journey from yesterday, and Journey did not have the best day kicking. He's not out on the field today. I saw him in a red penny for Hurt, and I'd say that he's probably out with an injury right now.
And Blocker, the 32-year-old native of Houston that time, took his time, and as soon as he started to make a movement, that let Jones come out there. Jones at 6'4", so speedy. He may well have affected that kick, but either way, it stays a 4-point lead. Hurt trailing 14-10.
Nice high hanger.
Jones there cannot come down with it cleanly. Jones unhappy with himself, shaking his head, and one of those very temperamental players. He can take himself out of a game if he doesn't think he's playing well, and he's still young, but he's got to get over that. He's got to realize you got to let that go and continue to play.
Yeah, he's got to remember, hey, it's just one mistake. Let's get back. We've got a long game here. You know, we're looking at almost another 42 minutes worth of play. Get it back. We're in the lead. It's not that big a deal. If he gets inside his own head, he's done.
8 minutes remaining in the first half. Hurt trailing Little Rock 14-10. 2016 Red River Rugby Conference Championship. Division II men, live from Huns Field here in Austin.
Gibson trying to find space with that kick downfield there, but Fulmer right on it.
Fulmer back, drops it off to his lock, who barrels forward to the midfield stripe. Ball knocked away, and just as quickly the whistle blows.
Bud Dunn with a good take there, but his tackler did not release the tackle after making the tackle, and so penalty goes to Little Rock.
Yeah, Bud Dunn came on as a substitute in yesterday's semifinal match, played very well, and thus gets the start today. Kicks it into touch by Pierre Ranaoul. Ranaoul, one of 4 Frenchmen on the Little Rock side.
Not sure what it is about Arkansas that the French like, but
I figured they'd be more in common with our friends in southern Louisiana, but Apparently they found something there in the Razorback State. Oh, in and out of the hands, unable to hold on to it was Wolverton.
Little Rock maintains possession, but they need to make sure those passes are a little bit more
Noble,
stable.
3 stiff arms, still on his feet, eventually drugged down shy of the 22. Moving quickly, now with Blaylock. To the other side. Well defended by Hurt. Keeping Little Rock on the other side of the 22-meter as the whistle blows.
Side entry by Hurt there.
And Mukabana pleading the case for his side, but to no avail.
Slow the game down. It's the end of the first half. Let's take a break. We're ahead. Let's get the 3 points. Smart play by Little Rock here.
Opportunity to expand the lead to 7 for the Stormers, waning minutes of the first half. They'd be very happy to take a 7-point lead into the break.
Blaylock's been on point with his kicks so far, so makes sense. We know it's near the end of the half. Let's take a break.
Just under 7 minutes remaining, we're now being told. The kick. Up and good. And now a 7-point lead for the Stormers.
The Stormers just taking their time here.
Very methodical, we mentioned it. They're a veteran team, experienced. They know how to play. They play well in the second half. They don't want to burn out early. They conceded the first try, but ever since, it's been Little Rock.
Yeah, it's been Little Rock. They've been constantly driving, maintaining possession. Multi-phase stretches of play.
Ball on the turf.
But it was knocked forward by the Hurt player initially. And the one thing Little Rock is doing is they are playing pretty hard when they have the ball in hand and getting into the breakdowns. They're not giving any quarter there. And that's one thing Hurt is used to. This Hurt team is undefeated this year coming into this match.
And it will be a scrum to Little Rock, just on the other side of their 22-meter line. Picked up quickly by Noble.
It's got to be passing better than that.
Hurt now with it. Opportunity deep in Little Rock territory. Can they find points before the halftime whistle? Trailing by 7. Mukabana.
Takes forward, take him down.
Out it goes. Pass. Just kicked into touch, and you see it right there. Both teams with some poor passing.
Yeah, and the Bomber needs to not let that get into his head. So what, it was a bad pass. Let it go. Let's regroup again. Gotta play this middle game intelligently.
And both teams letting the emotion get the best of them. You've kind of like we always say about quarterbacks in football. The previous play is in the past. Nothing you can do about it. Move on. And now the scrum for Little Rock. Rugby's such a mental game, a game of momentum. We know that, but trying to keep everyone positive, on the same page, difficult to do at times. Into touch goes the kick.
But quickly back in. Hurt's going to take it quickly.
Hurt knows that not a lot of time remaining before the halftime whistle. They want to put points on and cut this 7-point deficit, maybe even tie.
Hurt does not have numbers outside.
Ball on the turf. Fortuitously ends up in the hands of Hurt. Good tackling by Little Rock as Jones finds himself back with it. Just as quickly, Hurt. Grubber kick down the sideline. Guest is there to pick it up. Now Fulmer. over the top.
Balmer tries to get under it.
Balmer unable to collect it in bounds. The line out coming for the Stormers.
It was knocked on into touch, and the Stormers are going to elect to take the scrum here.
Indeed they will. You see Hurt right now. Everyone out there saying just settle down, calm down, just play our game. Emotion getting the best of the Houston side right now.
It's a one-try game. No need to get upset about anything. Just play the game steady.
Scrum to Little Rock.
And I'll tell you what, if I was Little Rock right now, having their play been in the back line mostly, I'd want to be getting that ball downfield and get some scores on the board as quickly as possible.
Well, they send it down the field. Do the Stormers into touch it goes. Very well taken as they look to switch field.
We have some heavy precipitation on us very, very soon coming up out of the southwest. And if it gets wet out here, that may be just a forwards-oriented game, which is a game that Hurt's been playing very well so far.
Had a bit of rain before this match. It stopped just about as kickoff commenced. We've been without rain for the entirety of this first half, but more coming on the radar. Not just a rugby analyst, but also a weatherman is Grant Cole. Had no idea. I appreciate that as the line out knocked back. Stormers find themselves with it.
My day job requires it.
Going through, Little Rock opportunity, cutting. And another try for the Stormers. Ronnie Parkinson, the fullback. What a run it was. No one was going to stop him. Cut right through the heart of that Hurt defense.
He had a brilliant angle coming in off his back line. We're going to, hopefully we get to see it here.
Yeah, beautiful work from Parkinson. About a 30-meter run. Zigging and zagging through the heart of that Hurt defense. As we take another look.
Goes right off. He comes right back in, cuts in, breaks the tackle. He's got everybody on their side foot. Cover defense is going the opposite direction. Only Melcher to beat.
And credit Fulmer. He had the offload there. Good heads-up play. Saw the open teammate in Parkinson, and Parkinson did the rest of it. So Blaylock, another opportunity. Inside center set to take it. Can he make it a 14-point advantage? Up and true is the kick. No trouble there for Blake Blaylock. Final minutes of the first half, and it is now a 24-10 lead. Little Rock on top of Hurt. For Hurt's side that started off on the front foot, had the first try. Now looking fatigued are the men in black. Conversely, the Stormers, wouldn't you know it, I think this weather may be giving them a little bit of energy.
Yes, it may be.
That's your hit, Mike.
Noble taken down and loses possession. Hurt finds himself with it. Mukabana. His pass into the arms of a Stormer and a quick whistle.
And that's halftime.
And there is the halftime whistle. 40 minutes in the book, 40 minutes to play. 24-10. Little Rock on top of Hurt. 2016 Red River Rugby Conference Championship Men's Division II. Kit McConico, Grant Cole with you here on the Texas Rugby Union YouTube page powered by T5RDG. And not what we anticipated, Grant. Your thoughts on the first half?
Oh, I'd say it's exactly what we anticipated. A slugfest going back and forth. Tight ball. One thing that Little Rock's done very well is maintain possession through long stretches and multi-phase play. Hurt got their tries off of really quick opportunities. They just don't have that many opportunities afforded to them. They're going to need to look for those in the second half if they want to come back. Little Rock needs to do more of the same. We've got weather coming up. Ball's going to get slick. They're going to have to get really good at maintaining possession with ball in hand.
We will take a break for a halftime. Little Rock on top of Hurt by 14. 2016 Men's Division II Rugby Championship live from Hunts Field in Austin, Texas. Second half coming up right after this.
He's looking to go kickoff.
Start of the second half, 2016 Red River Rugby Conference Championship live from Austin, Texas. Hurt trailing the Stormers of Little Rock 24-10, our Men's Division II final. And what a first half it was, expecting the same here in the second. Rain bearing down on us here in the capital city of the great state of Texas. But right now, all eyes on the pitch. Little Rock going from left to right here in the second half. A very impressive performance for the Stormers in the first.
Blake Blaylock and Mark Fulmer were huge for the Stormers in the first half. They're going to have a big game here in the second half to make sure that the Stormers keep possession of the ball and do something with it when it gets into the back line.
Hurt over the midfield stripe. Hurt in the black, Stormers in the gray and red. Kit McConico, Grant Cole with you here on the Texas Rugby Union YouTube page. Broadcast powered by T5RDG. Hurt getting on the front foot here early in the second half. That's what they need to do, trailing by 14.
Chris Brown slipped through on a pass off of Melcher and just kept going even with two tacklers on him.
Just shy of the 22-meter line. And the whistle blows. Stormers ball.
And that's Balmer again being penalized for not releasing.
Third time Balmer has been whistled for not releasing in this match. And into touch goes the kick. No, that will stay in play. Excuse me. That one down the far sideline. So both teams exchanging field position. Very high kick. Oh, well fielded by Guest. Guest, just as I say that, unable to hold on to it.
Wilganowski's Gary Owen there worked in Hurt's favor.
Having a quick chat, did our referee Butch Neuenschwander with Will Noble and Keegan Mukabana.
Mukabana slowing his team down. Let's be smart with this. Blocker says, hey, I can make this one.
The opportunity here. Cut the deficit to 11.
And this is what Hurt needs to do. Take their opportunities where they present them. Make sure they get points on the board early on in the second half, and then use their fitness down the road to come on at the end of the second half and be a factor.
Blocker, the 32-year-old native Estonian, 9-year rugby veteran with an opportunity to put the first points to the board of the second half for Hurt. His kick is up and good. So the deficit cut from 24 to 10, now 24 to 13. Little Rock still on top, and that is a good start to the second for this Hurt side.
Yeah, it's exactly what Hurt needs here. Get some points on the board. Close that 2-try deficit down. Next up, they just need to gain possession here on this restart. Be patient with it, drive it back up the field.
This is the second of 3 matches on tap for today. We will have the Women's Division I final to follow. Hopefully you'll stick with us for that. We've already had one championship final. Congratulations to the Texans of Euless as they took down the Austin Blacks in that Division III final earlier. Very impressive showing from that side from the Mid-Cities up in DFW.
Knocked on by the Reds on the restart and by the Stormers on the restart, and Hurt able to gain it.
Hurt points in the second half, the only thus far. Bit of momentum on their side, and this has been back and forth. Neither team able to really take control, even though there was a 14-point lead at the break. Hurt not out of this by any stretch. Oh, beautiful work right there, able to get around. It was Parkinson.
Little Rock stepping through gaps and getting brought down.
Jones has it stripped away. Jones has not been the best game so far for the left wing, Corey Jones. Hasn't had the ball too many times, but hasn't done much with it when he's had it.
And a lot of times he's caught it flat-footed. He's not getting the ball where his strengths are at, and that's at pace.
Now, one thing I've noticed about Jones, he catches it and likes to do this little kind of hop step like in basketball. He needs to catch the ball while moving forward with momentum. Doesn't need to wait until he catches it.
Yeah, and I haven't seen a swerve step out of him yet like you've seen out of Parkinson earlier, and a swerve step for him would be devastating in his arsenal.
Scrum to Little Rock. Bit of rain starting to fall. Anticipate more shortly. And as you said, that is going to change the complexion of this match, probably in favor of Hurt.
Well, it can go either way. Little Rock's got a strong pick and jam game, as does Hurt, and that's what it's going to come down to is just the forwards driving. Won't be a lot of ball in hand passing to the back lines. Little Rock has not really shown their pick and jam game so far. They've got one, they just haven't shown it.
Noble through. Now Guest quickly offloaded. Here come the Stormers. On his feet somehow. Beautiful work from Blaylock. Blaylock over.
Try scored.
And dots it down. Try time for Blake Blaylock. What a run. He would not be denied. And Blaylock, well, as the kick taker, he will just pick that one up and head out to the spot.
It is not often you're going to see Jaden Dutois somebody get the best of Jaden Dutois when he's on defense. He's a solid defender. He knows how to make that tackle. Blaylock also knew how to make that fend and take Dutois off, and Jaden's got to be looking at it. Here's the replay here.
And you see the scrum, and guess there. No, Noble takes it. Noble headed forward, a good 15-meter run.
And Noble gets hurt on their back feet here, and then Little Rock's just solid forward. Look at Blaylock there, sliding out of that tackle by Dutois, slips through the gaps. Blocker can't stop him, and he's in for the try.
Now the conversion opportunity coming for Blaylock. Blaylock, so impressive, just 26 years of age. His kick hits the upright and bounces through. Luck on his side there, and Stormers will certainly take it. More impressive, Blaylock, this is just his second year of rugby.
31-13 here. Yeah, he didn't even play at West Point from what I understand, and that's a phenomenal program to play rugby at.
And not a bad place there in New York, the U.S. Military Academy. 31-13 is the score. Little Rock on top of Hurt.
One of the most beautiful pitches in America, too.
Yeah, pretty phenomenal campus in general there out on the Hudson. As Hurt sends it back. Fielded well by Guest. Kick the other way. Both teams switching field position.
Haskell with some nice swerve moves.
A good move from Haskell, close to the 22-meter line as he's brought down. Out to the far side, intercepted, beautiful work, streaming through.
Sir, man, Darren Michael
Oliver over the line, dots it down. Oliver read that pass perfectly and rewarded with the try.
And that's the third time in this game he's come up strong looking for that cherry pick. This time it worked out for him. He had the timing down, got the cherry pick in place, inside Wilganowski, and he's down the field for the try.
Darren Oliver, the native of Detroit, Michigan, made sure that we said Happy Mother's Day to his mother.
And I think he just wished his mother a happy Mother's Day with that try.
I think he did indeed. Here's another look. You see the pass out there, and here it is. Oliver says, I will take that. Reaches high into the afternoon sky, pulls it down. No one would catch him. A foot race that he would win.
You can tell he's got about 30 meters of hard pace out of him, and that was all he had, and just hoping that he could keep on going and nobody could catch him, and he did well to make that happen.
Blaylock, second time with the conversion in as many minutes. Last one went off the upright and in. Takes the kick, and that one right down the middle. Now a 38-13 lead for Little Rock.
And if you're Little Rock, you got to be happy with that. Now with the rain coming on, you just want to maintain your defense, keep your lead.
Little Rock will make a change as they bring off their hooker, Nathan Tucker.
Bringing on number 21.
It'll be Patrick Lewis coming on in his stead. So Lewis on for the first time today, and rain starting to fall. Little Rock enjoying the weather, and certainly understand why with that 38-13 lead.
And Lewis, another product of that storied Arkansas State University program.
Hurt has to get something going offensively. They had some success with the number 8, Keegan Mukabana, in the first half. He's seen the ball maybe once here in the second.
And this is that forwards game that I was talking about. We know Little Rock's got. They just hadn't shown us yet, and here they go.
There
just
goes
driving
Noble.
forward.
Another 5 meters.
Eating up the clock while maintaining possession. Multi-phase stretch of play.
Darren Oliver again, the try scorer. And now Hurt finds themselves with it. The turnover, an opportunity here for the side from the Space City. Pass behind, but still in possession. Foot race to the near side. Able to drop it off.
Haskell backed himself, but he wasn't wasn't able to overcome Fulmer.
Ball finds itself into touch. (38-13) is the score. And the rain's starting to fall harder.
Yeah, we're definitely going to get some weather here.
So make an interesting second half. And don't forget, we have the Women's Division I final to follow. See how that affects that match. Referee Butch Neuenschwander having a chat with one of his assistants.
You know, one thing I see out of Blake Blaylock and Corey Jones, Corey, he hasn't been as effective as Blaylock today, but Blaylock is also an American Rugby Pro Training Center athlete, an Atlanta Sevens athlete. He's played on a larger scale before, and even though he's only got 2 years in the game, and look at what he's done with that out of being an ARPTC athlete.
Line out for Hurt. Houston United finds themselves with it inside the 22-meter line, and a quick whistle from Neuenschwander.
Yeah, that came off of Chris Brown's hands, went forward. Even though Bordeaux wrapped it up, it was still forward play. And this is what we're talking about. You don't want to have to do too much ball in hand when this ball gets wet. You want to make it real simple and easy.
And now Hurt taking the opportunity to make a change.
Wade Mitchell comes off. Looks like L.T. Herman comes on. And L.T. is a graduate of the United States Merchant Marine Academy. 29 years old, 6'1", 230 pounds. You know, I got the opportunity a few weeks back to be at the same, the Hurt team came into the same gym I train at and worked out all night. And LT, man, just straight ahead, hard charger, never gave up, and he looked like he was about to die the whole time that night.
Noble to Guest. Stormers. Oh, beautiful no-look pass behind. Here comes Little Rock. Heading forward, Ranul. On the far side, now Jones can't corral it. Back with Hurt it goes. Misplayed, the handling error by Jones gives it back to Houston.
He's got to make sure he gets two hands on that ball when it comes over the top like that. That 50-50 pass, if you're going to catch it, you got to make sure you do it well.
Here's a look at that offload. Beautiful work right there. That nifty little behind the back, no look. Just, I know where you are. I don't have to see you. Talk about rugby being such a rough and tumble game. I think a lot of times plays like that are overlooked. People don't understand the intricacies, the nuance, and how difficult it is to make offloads like that, those kind of passes. One thing you can say, this is certainly rugby weather, no doubt about that. Stormers on top 38-13 here in the second half. Men's Division II final 2016 Red River Rugby Conference Championships.
Little Rock did well to take that scrum when Noble, once he had Hurt on their back feet in the scrum, he took the ball, drove forward, but not enough to get into the end goal.
Hurt at their own 22-meter line. Everything going the way of the side from Little Rock. Very methodical, taking their time, not getting too up or too down, just business as usual for the team in red and gray. Now an opportunity for Hurt. Oh, big tackle by Guest, the scrum half. Beautiful work there. It'll kick over the top and will stay in play, I should say.
Wilganowski was looking for Haskell to get up and under that one, but it just didn't happen. Fulmer, it was overcooked a little bit, and Fulmer got to it.
Now Jones sends one over the top. Jones down on the turf, slow to get up.
Yeah, Jones has just got to play, or not Jones, but just got to play a smart play here. Blaylock does. Win Noble.
And Noble there, dots it down.
But Butch Neuenschwander says he knocked it on going into goal.
The try not awarded, the knock on instead.
Noble with some strong work to get up there and make that happen. Blaylock was rolled off of the breakdown. The ball was clean. Anybody's ball. Smart move by Noble to pick up bad luck to knock it all in goal.
Can't say enough about Noble, 39-year-old native of Dallas, 5-year rugby veteran.
And I know his parents are watching this.
Noble, very impressive.
So Hurt with the ball here. Melcher doing the put in. You got to think Gibson wants to get this ball into touch.
Scrum wheeling around.
Little Rock definitely has the stronger scrum at the moment, but they were called off sides.
Hurt looking to get anything going their way, trailing by 25. We're about midway through the second half.
Hurt being patient, maintaining possession.
Plenty of time. Hurt just needs to play their game. That pass behind ends up in the hands of Parkinson.
Knock-on advantage on for Little Rock.
Now Ernest over to the far side. Finds one of his wings. Jones with it. Moving forward, again the big lock, Ernest. Guest off to Noble, met immediately, driven back. Fulmer waiting for it. In the hands of Oliver. And Oliver dots it down for the try. What an afternoon for Darren Michael Oliver. We talked about the native of Detroit, Michigan. Made sure to give us his info before this. Made sure to wish his mother a happy Mother's Day, and I believe he's done that for the third time.
Yeah, he definitely has. Oliver's been instrumental getting into the gap and through and into the try zone for Little Rock today. He's really put them up here 43-13.
A chance to make it 45-13 with the conversion as we take another look at the try.
And here you go. You see Gibson give to Oliver. Oliver, little lateral move there around the Hurt fly half. Blocker catches him off guard. Gibson brings him down and he dots.
And cut it right back between the fly half and the fullback. Did Oliver. Beautiful move. Try time for the third time for Oliver. And now Blaylock with the conversion. Can he make it a 42-point, or excuse me, a 22-point advantage, I should say. Currently 43-13. Chance here to make it 45-13. His kick not on target.
And it really doesn't need to be at this point.
Now the wind, rain, certainly a factor there, but it will stay a 30-point advantage for the side from Little Rock. So wind continuing to pick up. The rain as well coming in from the southeast. Rugby fans in true rugby fashion, not bothered one iota.
Not at all. Get the ponchos out, hit the umbrellas up. Let's watch this game. It's a good one.
Halfway through the second half, 60-minute mark, 20 remaining. But time of the essence for Hurt. They have to get something going offensively, trailing by 30. Had little possession here in the second half and hard to do stuff, hard to find points if you don't have the ball.
Yeah, and that's something Hurt needs to do if they want to come back in this game. It's game possession, but right now it seems like Little Rock's on their game. They're driving forward. They're doing the same thing just about every time. Drive the forwards forward, 4 or 5 phases, and then roll it out to the back line and see what the speed can do.
And again, Oliver looking for the offload. Oh, the little chip over the top. Oliver finds Fulmer.
Fulmer knocks on.
But Fulmer unable to secure it. What a play there from Oliver. Shows he's like, I've scored 3. I'm going to show a little bit of touch there with the chip over the top. But
and with 30 points ahead, you can do that.
Fulmer unable to secure it, as you said.
with a closer match, you might have wanted to pass out to the to your support. He had 2 men in support of him. You know, the fullback, the cover defense wasn't going to key on both of them. He could have passed out. That should have been a try for Little Rock either way.
The knock on by Fulmer. Hurt with it on the far side. Fielded by Little Rock. Looking for more are the Stormers. Wynn kicking up. One back by Hurt. Hurt still pinned in their own end.
They're desperate to get this ball out. They need to just keep it in the forwards and drive up until they find an overload.
Trying to do just that. Good tackle that time by Bud Dunn. Now here to the outside. Able to wrap him up. Fulmer in on the tackle. Fulmer's been all over.
And Red came in from using their hands off the deck. Hurt takes a quick tap. Excuse me, Little Rock Stormers did. Listening to the refs say, get out of there, Red.
Now Hurt. Can they find space on the far side? Moving quickly. Opportunity here for Houston. Just at that 5-meter line. Now push back. One of the better opportunities in some time for Hurt. Can they make something of it? They need a try, trailing by 30. Bowling forward at the 5-meter line. Playing quickly. Cutting inside.
And try time to Hurt.
Dotted down. Try for Hurt.
Looks like LT Herman.
So Herman able to dot it down for the 5, and now the conversion coming. A chance to cut the lead to 23 if they can convert here, but the wind and rain certainly a factor. We saw that in the previous conversion. Now here, we take a look at the replay. Just moving quickly. Able to find a bit of space in that Little Rock defense. Unselfish movement and cutting through. Herman with the try. Rain falling, and it may be falling harder if the radar is any indication of what we have coming our way. The kick, distance, but not on target, unable to split the uprights, and it stays 43-18.
So Hurt's definitely not out of this. They've shown that they haven't given up. They drove downfield, maintained possession. That was a good stretch of play for them. They've just got to continue to do the same thing here in the rest of the second half and make this a game. Little Rock almost looks like they're a little content to hold this lead out, but I wouldn't count them out. It looks like Blaylock and Oliver definitely want to do some running today.
Blaylock and Oliver, along with Fulmer, they've been very impressive as that trio. Final 15 minutes of this match, but still time. 43-18 is the score. Little Rock on top. 2016 Men's Division II Final. Little Rock able to come up with it. Noble.
Strong drive by Little Rock here. They just want to maintain possession, eat up the clock, eat up some field.
Yeah, for Little Rock, time more important than points at this point. They've just got to take time off the clock, keep possession. If they can get points in the process, all the better. Ball on the turf, picked up by Hurt. Now Hurt coming the other way. Opportunity here. Beautiful offload, foot race to the near side.
And Haskell pins his ears back, and he's not going to be denied.
No one will catch Haskell. He's going to go all the way to the center before he dots it down. And don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a ball game.
Andrew Haskell definitely makes a game of it here. This is what we saw out of Haskell yesterday against the Reds. And he was a strong runner like that, brought his team back yesterday. They were actually not doing as well against the Reds at one point, and Haskell had a couple of good runs and brought his team back from the doldrums, and they went on to win that match.
Yeah, Haskell, the Virginia native, former Virginia Tech Hokie, speed for days. One of the veterans, he's been playing the game for 12 years, has the 24-year-old. And we take another look here. No one able to catch Haskell. Able to get around Michael Baum and dots it down right in the middle. Should make for a much easier conversion, and indeed it did.
And if you were to ask Haskell what a Hokie is, you know what he'd say? I am.
There you go. Can't argue with that. Former native, or a former, I should say, Blacksburg, Virginia resident. Beautiful place there in northwest corner of the state of Virginia.
Haskell looked like he'd been waiting all day to make that kind of run.
He had indeed, and he may have the opportunity to make another one. Things getting a bit too interesting, a bit too tight for the liking of Little Rock. 43-25 is the score line.
Yeah, it may be a 18-point game, but Little Rock definitely doesn't want to lay down there. Both players get up in the air here to go for the ball, so neither one of them penalized because they were both trying for the ball, neither one of them looking at each other. And smart call by Butch Neuenschwander there, calling a knock-on instead of a penalty.
Scrum to Hurt. Back it goes quickly. Hurt, some room on the far side.
Coming back into their forwards.
Rain continues to fall, footing becoming a bit of an issue. This fantastic field here at the Huns Rugby Complex in Austin. Some of the better fields you'll find anywhere. And they have stood up to the test, the wear and tear all weekend long. That ball on the turf, Fulmer in the right place at the right time, picks it up.
And that pass didn't go where Wilganowski wanted it to go.
Little Rock the other way, able to keep it in bounds. Again, Oliver, 3 times try score, looking for his 4th. Offloaded, Little Rock. They want to get back on the offensive scoring column. The knock on.
Looks like Simon Vargas Batista is on for Hurt now. Probably at a flanker position. Bautista is, he's with the scrum cap there and the white knee wrap. Bautista played a big game yesterday. You're not going to find him on the roster. He played a big game yesterday when he came on, and he's doing the same here.
I love the fact that they have substitutes not on the roster. Not only do you not have to look, you just know who it is, and you know it's not on the roster. Grant Cole, ladies and gentlemen, the best of the best. So pleased to have him with us here. It happened a few substitutions ago. You just looked up and said, oh, this is so-and-so coming off and so-and-so coming on. I defer to you, and rightfully so.
And I've seen these Hurt players enough times this year. And
the scrum coming. Still an 18-point deficit. Just under 10 minutes remaining. Is there enough time for Hurt? Got to credit both of these teams. Neither side has given up, neither side giving in. Hurt, they were down by 30 points at one time, and continued to battle back. Now we scrum it up again. Hurt loses it.
Wendover takes that to the strong side. 50-50 pass here, collected well by Matthew Gorjon.
Out on the far side goes Little Rock, but unable to keep it between the white lines. Stormer fans unhappy with that.
Blaylock just not paying attention to his footing as he's going down the touch line. Barely gets one in the touch. You're not going to get that past Greg Varnell.
No, Greg Varnell right there says, that was about 3 feet away when you stepped out. Pretty sure that was the correct call. Now the line out for Hurt. Taken quickly, but lose possession. Handling becoming an issue with the rain. Both teams having a few problems keeping control of the ball. Certainly understand why.
And Little Rock just needs to play a possession game here. Keep it going forward. Don't try anything like that.
Into the hands of Blaylock momentarily and Hurt the other way. Now back. Both teams exchanging possession. A bit of extracurriculars there after the whistle. Can't do that right in front of the referee.
Butch Neuenschwander, eyes on that. He's going to take a minute or two to go off and talk to Kelly Hodge.
I think I really, as I said, respect about referee Neuenschwander. No matter what it is, he's got a poker face. He never gets carried away. He's very calm, cool, and collected. Speaks with his assistants, makes sure everyone is on the same page, and then makes the decision.
When you're the president of Rugby Referee Association, you definitely need to set the example when you're on the field and on TV.
Well, he does that and more.
Looks like he's going to have a chat with Ben Bowie and Gareth Gibson here.
I don't think they're exchanging contact information, if I had to guess.
No, there's some off-the-ball play there, and something that is not really necessary. Given Neuenschwander's gestures here, he's just going to award a penalty, no cards. And shoulder charge on Ben Bowie is the penalty call.
Quick restart by Little Rock. Stormers want to add to their 18-point lead, want to secure this victory. Just about 6 minutes remaining. Another try, that would just about do it, you've got to think.
And now he's going to his pocket. He definitely saw that there.
And there's the yellow card.
Is that yellow?
It is indeed. So the yellow card being issued
to Ben Bowie. And
Bowie, a member of that inauspicious club, but maybe lucky it wasn't a red.
Yeah, I didn't know where he was going with that one, and he went to his pocket so quickly after having a talk with Bowie that it very well could have been if it would have been a foul play, but it wasn't. He was just seen to be.
We take another look here. The foul.
And he came in from the side there, knocked the man without the ball off.
Easy call there.
Yeah.
Back to live action we go.
Little Rock having an advantage on Hurt now, needs to really press their advantage, maintain possession, and then
Little Rock with that numerical advantage for the time being. Can they find more points? Leading 43-25 are the Stormers. Now Hurt, kick over the top. That will stay in play.
LT Herman with the boot ahead. It was a great boot, too. Just don't see that out of props that often.
All the way back the other way, looking to switch field.
Blocker, he's being patient. He knows he's got Haskell on the outside. Looks like he's got Dirk on the inside.
Blocker, nice move. Now offloads it.
Dirk playing a tough game there.
To the far side goes the kick. It will stay in play. Stays with Hurt.
Wilganowski smart to pick that up.
Just shy of the 22-meter line.
And Stormers have done well to
Another kick, and this one off the side of the boot, but
finds Haskell.
well received by Haskell.
Jackled by the Stormers in the breakdown.
Haskell right at the 22-meter line, a quick whistle.
And not rolling away by Aaron Dirk there. He's going to get penalized. Hurt needs to slow it down here, realize they're a man down. Their defense needs to be staunch, but they don't need to be making mistakes like this late in the game, 18 points down.
Fortunately for Hurt, as you said, down 18 points and a man, time not on their side. You take another look at the foul.
Gareth Gibson being discussed with like that. See, Aaron Burks just right over the ball there, laying down on it, not rolling away like he's supposed to. Blatant penalty when the referee and his touch judge is right in front of you.
Blaylock sends that kick into touch. Good change of field. Rain letting up for the time being.
For the time being, there's still another still up there.
That is the key term. I made sure to add that in there. We have more on the way. We are not done with it by any stretch from what radar is indicating, but for the time being, getting a bit of a reprieve, and I'm certainly thankful for that. Kit McConico, Grant Cole with you. Texas Rugby Union YouTube channel. Brought to you by T5RDG. And don't forget, Ladies Division I final coming up next, so stick with us for that.
Oliver with a solid run up the middle. And did not release the ball.
A Hurt quick restart. Aside from the Bio City trying to find something here at the end, trailing 45-25, just about 5 minutes left.
Knock on advantage to Hurt right now.
Time the friend of Little Rock, the enemy of Houston. Hurt not giving up the ghost just yet. They will not until that final whistle is blown.
Dan Green's boys are definitely not going to do that.
Under 90 seconds remaining, I'm being told. Again, the referee, the official timekeeper. But not too much left in this one. Here come the Stormers.
Just didn't release the ball.
Make sure you stick with this post game. We will have the trophy presentation. Texas Rugby Union President Kirk Tate will be presenting the trophy to the captain and the winning side. Got to think that with just about 60 seconds remaining on the clock, barring a miracle, that's probably going to be the Stormers of Little Rock, and well deserved.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for them to put 21 points on the board with that little time.
Stranger things have happened, but certainly wouldn't put your house note on it. Hurt still looking. You see the wings, hands in the air, saying, get us the ball, get it wide. Good slide defense by Little Rock, getting out there first. Knocked away. And into touch, unable to keep it in play.
And it's Dan Green over there on the far touchline, not looking happy after an undefeated season in regular play, having come this far.
All the more impressive by Little Rock, considering that, as you said, Hurt undefeated up until this point in the season. The line out now for the Stormers.
Little Rock came into this game very well drilled, obviously. Knocked on by Little Rock.
Yeah, it's been an impressive display by Little Rock. Now into injury time we go. Had some cards, a few substitutions.
Tell you what, neither team has left anything on the table here. It's all out, all in this game, and neither one of them has anything to be ashamed of. Hurt played a heck of a game. Little Rock just maintained possession of much more consistently and for longer stretches of time, and just did not allow Hurt the opportunities to score.
Ball on the turf. Hurt find themselves with it. Houston United rugby team trailing 43-25 in injury time. Full 80 minutes having elapsed. Now just waiting for referee Butch Neuenschwander to blow the final whistle to put an end to this one. Good phases here. Hurt moving forward. A bit of space. And what a tackle there from the scrum half guest.
Dirk with a show and go and cut through that Stormer defense.
At the 22-meter line is Houston.
Melcher snipes the post.
Hurt looking to cut the deficit. May not be able to come up victorious, but they'd certainly like to make the scoreline a bit more in their favor. Good passing, gets it out to the far side. Offloaded. And there is the final whistle. Little Rock Stormers, your 2016 Red River Rugby Conference champions for Men Division II, 43-25 the final, as they take the title over Hurt, previously undefeated Hurt.
And Hurt, yes, previously undefeated. They came in, they played a great match here. It's just nothing they have to feel ashamed of here. Yeah, it was a hard match. Yeah, they didn't get the win, but Little Rock really just outfought them today. No team should walk away here with their head hung. However, Little Rock, now they've got to prep to make the long trip to Tucson and prepare to play either Provo or Boulder going into Tucson, and neither of those games are going to be easy for them.
So Little Rock headed out to Tucson. They will take on, as you said, either Provo of Utah, Boulder of Colorado, two very well-known teams. But congratulations to both of these sides. A very hard-fought match, very entertaining match as well. But ultimately, the Stormers of Little Rock, your 2016 Red River Rugby Conference champions for Men's Division II. Well-deserved, well-played. Make sure you stick with us for the trophy presentation coming up momentarily. And make sure you stick with us for the Women's Division I game coming up next.
You know, one of the things I love about this Little Rock team, you can't see it on the pitch right now. The men are congratulating Hurt. Across the pitch, the Little Rock Stormers women's team is cheering on the men's team as they come over to get their trophy. You know, the women, they lost out yesterday against the Valkyries, so they didn't get to make the finals today, but they stayed on in town to cheer on the guys and to their victory.
Well, no one knows better than you. Rugby is a family, and that is certainly the case here from the Little Rock side. And again, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. I think there's some happy ones in Little Rock. They're very pleased, as we said, Darren Oliver's mother. Certainly, what a gift it has been for her today.
Oh, yeah. You look at this Little Rock side, you can tell they're spent. They're happy, but they're spent.
Now making that journey over, and you see how fatigued they are. They're coming over to take their championship cup. And
2 days of hard rugby.
Indeed. So we now send you over to the trophy presentation. Texas Rugby Union President Kirk Tate doing the honors.
And Kirk Tate there.
All right, gentlemen, Little Rock Rugby, congratulations. I know it's been a couple of years. You've been getting back here. Fantastic job. It's a great game. I'd like to present you the Red River Conference. Texas Rugby Union Division II 2016 Men's Championship.
Little Rock Stormers, your 2016 Red River Conference Rugby champions for Men's Division II, headed to Tucson, Arizona, rightfully so. What a performance it was by those men.
Yeah, they've got to wear it as a hat. Only forwards.
Congrats, boys. Hey, you got to hold it up higher, ball. That's it, man. Well done.
That is going to be a cherished piece of hardware. It'll be passed around, and there is the photo everyone will have on their desk. The Stormers, congratulations to them. Don't forget, we will have the Women's Division I Championship match coming up to follow. For Grant Cole, I'm Kit McConico. Again, your Men's Division II 2016 Red River Rugby Conference Champion, Division II, the Little Rock Stormers. Final score 43-25. Our congratulations. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Texas Rugby Union YouTube channel, powered by T5RDG. We'll be back in just a matter of minutes. Women's Division I final coming up next.